Sword and Shield have provided us with some great Pokemon, though some of them have some abilities that are seemingly out of this world. Hey, this is Gatorex, and in my attempt to try and make some sort of Pokemon Star Wars crossover video, things obviously aren't going well, as you can see, but point is, it's pretty much a stupid idea. However, that's not going to stop me from trying. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the psychic Pokemon in the Galar region, because some of them have some abilities that remind me of the Force. Yeah, I know, loose connection, but let's try.
First, let's talk about the waifu Pokemon that has everyone swooning. Hatterene's evolution line is very connected to emotional feelings. It starts off innocent enough with Hatterene. Via the protrusion on its head, it senses other creatures' emotions. If you don't have a calm disposition, it will never warm up to you. If this Pokemon senses a strong emotion, it will run away as fast as it can. It prefers areas without people. And then things take a step up with Hatterene. No matter where you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently. Hatterene and Hatterene have the power of empathy, the ability to understand and share feelings of another. While this is something all humans can do through verbal and non-verbal communication, Hatterene is able to do so telepathically in the same way Force users are able to. In Star Wars, positive emotions aren't really as often explored, as the Jedi Order explicitly suppressed all emotion, while the Sith revel in hatred. Hatred was often something avoided by all Jedi. It's interesting that Hatterene's evolution line seems to act indiscriminately toward any strong emotion, good or bad. Or at least that's what's implied through the Pokedex entries. It's not until Gigantamax Hatterene that we get this distinction of emotion. This Pokemon can read the emotions of creatures over 30 miles away. The minute it senses hostility, it goes on the attack. Now, there is no real strongest emotion, but generally fear is thought to be the strongest as it triggers physical reactions in human bodies, as a way of survival and self-preservation. And as we know, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. Perhaps being a psychic fairy Pokemon, Hatterene either stay away from or try to eliminate strong negative emotions, as their way of maintaining a twisted form of peace. Hatterene does also take some design cues from witches. And while not being as sinister of a witch as we've seen in previous pop culture examples, and most notably in Star Wars with the Night Sisters, which are just straight up harnessing the dark side of the Force, Hatterene seems to be going for a superficial form of peace and calm. Its name is partially made up of the word serene, coming from serenity, which means peace and this and that. But as we've seen in Star Wars previously, a big question that's brought up is whether true peace is attained by responding to perceived evil with violence. Killing the Sith would definitely be the easy way out, but it's not the Jedi way. And again, like I've said, suppressing emotion is also the Jedi way, and that's not necessarily right. But Hatterene definitely seems like all forms of crazy and weird and not right. Similarly, Galarian Ponyta's Pokedex entry states, "This Pokemon will look into your eyes and read the contents of your heart. If it finds evil there, it promptly hides away." Again, this empathetic psychic fairy Pokemon chooses to not associate with strong negative emotions. It's actually very interesting that we get two Pokemon with similar personalities and roles, though Ponyta seems to fall more so into the pre-established trope of the pure forest unicorn. Again, it seems almost like a simplistic view of human emotion, immediately responding to fear or perceived evil with aloofness or more hostility. An additional Pokedex entry states, "Its small horn hides a healing power. With a few rubs from this Pokemon's horn, any slight wound you have will be healed." Even more fuel to the trope of a pure sacred unicorn hidden in the forest. Of course, due to some recent developments, this is interestingly another ability possible through the Force, advanced healing. But of course, this is only if you don't have any evil in your heart, lest Ponyta scurry away and leave you for dead in the middle of the forest. Honestly, that's probably why Ponyta was taking so long to show up during the Glimwood Tangle livestream. It was able to sense all of us watching and waiting for something to show up so we can make clickbait thumbnails. But overall, I actually really like these two Pokemon, and I feel like their typing of Psychic Fairy is really built upon in a great way. They're mystical and powerful while also being mythical and fantastical. They make it feel like magic exists in the Pokemon universe, which it totally does, rather than just interesting abilities and moves. In a way, they kind of serve as some minor commentary on the human condition at present. And we see this is kind of mirrored in Pokemon Sword and Shield with the main story. But maybe it's not really that deep. But anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on some of these Pokemon in the Galar region. Overall, I think they're pretty neat. They've got some cool abilities, so let me know what you think down in the comments below. These are getting kind of tight. Oh boy. Well, anyway,
Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the content, remember to leave a like and subscribe to show your support. You can enable notifications by clicking the bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure you see each new video as it comes out and will make you a member of the Chingling Squad. Anyway, this has been GatorX. Have a nice day.